And thanks to Coach K for firming up the dough. I'm ready for the journey with the So Pro. I know there will be highs, I know there will be lows. Road to success got so many toes, but I'm ready for the journey. Yeah, I said I'm ready for the journey. The journey, hey, it's more than just a game. I know it's...
My guest of honor graduated from Bellevue University with a Bachelor's of Science in Business. She's a beautiful soul that has been a devoted educator for over 10 years and an entrepreneur for over 3 years. She's the owner of Benevolent Hearts, an early education learning center, and Aaliyah's Ascension, which is a balloon decor company. She's a loving wife, a mother, and a philanthropist that focuses on providing charity to her community and her loved ones. Through this journey of life, she works conscientiously to spread joy and continue to restore God's kingdom while here on earth. Today, my guest of honor is Aaliyah Bullock. Aaliyah, I'm so happy to have you here again.
I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you here again. I think that it's super important for people to be able to see themselves in other people's experiences. So I definitely wanted you to be on the podcast because, like, I just feel like your journey has been amazing. Even though you probably didn't feel that way at first. She's like, nah. I really feel like it's important for people to tell their stories because other people can see themselves. So this season's theme is unstoppable, right? So I want you to tell us a little bit about your background and then we'll get into everything else.
Okay, so about my background, I'm raised on the east side of Fort Worth. Been there my whole life. Like I had a very quiet, kind of strict childhood. Wasn't really like my parents worked a lot. And so I come from hard work. I come from like parents that are dedicated and like through the time that they raised us, we had a foundation, a little bit in the church. My mom dealt with a lot of church hurt. Therefore, what's the word? Like she pulled us out at an early age, but she really let us know like the importance of having God in yourself and basically letting us know that the church is within us and, even though we're away from it, there's no reason why we can't have a relationship with God. Like just because you go every day doesn't mean that you don't have him. And so that's what she was really letting us to know the importance of. But through her journey, like I've seen a lot. Like I've seen a lot. And so through our childhood experience, they were trying to keep God in our life and just making sure that it was, just us. And we had family members, but she just wasn't really close with her family members. My dad wasn't really close with his side. So it was really just my mom, my brothers, my dad, and me. So.
Look, although that may have been different from other people's experience, that may have been a great thing because like it being so compacted like that, at least you were able to like really get to know each other, really get to be with each other and build that real family unit.
That's true. Like our family unit is very strong. And I don't even think that was what they desired in the beginning. But through it, it was just us against, against the world.
Us against the world. I love that though. I think I really wish we had that more now than ever. Where we had a real strong family unit foundation. Because then when you go out into the world, it's a lot easier to navigate because you know who you are and you're sure of yourself. So I think that's amazing. But look, she says she's East Side, baby. East Side.
No, not that East Side. Closer to Arlington. I don't want y'all.
Don't be trying it. Don't try it. Look, I'm from the South Side and Stop 6. So, it's.
She said she from both.
I'm from both. Like I was raised in both. But yeah, this ain't about me. But what would you say is one of the biggest things you got from your childhood though? Like when it comes to just coming up that way, what's one of the biggest lessons you probably learned from that experience?
The biggest lesson, never give up. I never saw my parents lay down. Like my dad, this is a new story that he was hospitalized when I was in the 3rd grade. with ulcers. And I know like sometime in that, like he lost his job. Like I'm positive of it. But that Monday, he had another one. So
Wait, what? Lost the job and had on a Monday?
my daddy didn't play. Like he got it. Like he was. And I make this joke about Miss Trina that she have like a million jobs, like she get it done. My daddy got it done.
Man, I
Yeah.
love that. Look, sometimes you got to get it done.
It taught me to never give up, persevere. And like through it all, like it was very like I didn't have just an easy childhood, but it was definitely one of those things where I continued to fight to see another day. So yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your experience in like grade school or high school, because I mean, we start off with the family unit, that's where everything comes from, but how did you kind of like formulate your ideas and everything throughout school?
Okay. So throughout grade school and middle school, like I said, like since we had a close knit family and since we had, just experiences that weren't, with the world, I feel like the enemy definitely got in the mix a lot within my grade school and had me believing at an early age that like I kind of had to be secretive or had to be quiet, but I was still like I was a happy person. But I was molested at a very early age, and therefore, like I had like some confidence. My self esteem was kind of low in that because it felt like I couldn't really express it, or if I said too much, that I would, let go of a secret that I thought was mine to hold.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't find out until later that it was never my secret to hold. Like that was never my burden to hold. And so throughout grade school, I made good grades. Like I think that it molded me in a way where I wanted to be accepted. Like I wanted to be, I wanted to prove that I had worth. When you get molested, I feel like your self worth just goes down. And so my grades were always good. Um, A student, never had no problems out of me. Like the somewhat perfect life I tried to portray. And that's just dealing with like trying to be secretive and deal with the hurt on my own. So yeah.
Look, I told you, like I told you last time, I hate that that happened to you because it's not fair for anyone to have to experience that at all. But I will say this: it's good to see that you took your power back too, because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
They just stay in it and let it take over their entire life. So I'm glad that you're taking your power back and you're being courageous enough to share that.
Yeah. The enemy, he wants you to be silent about it. That's how he has the power to manipulate your mind. But once you speak up, you get your voice back, you be courageous, strong, bold, you get your power back.
Mm-hmm.
The truth always stands, like, and that's what he doesn't like. He doesn't like the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to dwell in the lies, so then you tell more lies. Like, no, no,
Not at all.
mm-hmm.
You can have it, sir. you can have that part because we don't have time for that. We really don't.
It's true.
So you mentioned that you tried to like make sure that things were perfect. Like you tried to like portray that life, right? So tell me what that cost you to try to portray that.
Okay, so never like self. For some reason, I always like internally knew myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I think what it really cost me was my confidence. Like since I was doing a false portrayal of, the perfect person, it felt like it cost me like true confidence to learn from mistakes. Like I thought everything had to be perfect. Like I thought everything had to be like in line and order. And when it wasn't, I felt like I don't know how to portray it. Like I had to keep pretending with something else. So it caused my mental.
Mm.
It caused my mental. Like I felt drained a lot
Mm.
because I couldn't really be or express who I was, because I also felt like if I'm in the forefront, because I think God did design me to be a leader, but I always felt like if I was in the forefront, then I would have to kind of be myself. Like, does that make sense? I don't know. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Like you wouldn't be able to you wouldn't have been able to keep a mask on that long if you're in the forefront. Like it's a lot easier to shrink.
Yeah, you have to stay in the shadows with stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to shrink and not be your full self whenever you're not in leadership. But when you're in leadership, you are literally the point person. So it's like, we need help. What we need to do? I don't know the answer. I don't know it either. Like, get somebody else to do it.
Somebody else do it.
Get somebody else to do it. Nah, that makes sense though. Like when you say it cost you your confidence and it cost you just being in leadership because that's what you felt like God was calling you towards. And how would you say that you kind of like rebuilt that now?
Okay. So, true story. Miss Trina. And I had a boss when I was younger at Six Flags. They kind of like pushed me into leadership, and I'm like, what? Like, why? Like, I was the team captain of our step team, and I didn't really understand it then because it wasn't what I was going after. It wasn't what I wanted. And then at my job, like she pushed me into a leadership role as well, and I wore it, and I felt as if it was like, dang, like they saw down deep into my soul to make a space for me like that. And so when I got a little bit older, I reflected on that, and I was like, God will show you, like he'll give you like little bits of like evidence, little bits of like little tidbits where you can see who he's designed you to be before you even get there. And so he was like easing me into those roles. And now as I'm older, like I know it's me. Like I still don't like who wants to be leading? Like I still don't do all of that. However, like I know that there's a quality and a value and the asset that I bring to any space that I'm in. So I'm more confident in that. And now I wear leadership like I I take up the responsibility of anything that I'm in. Like I don't wait until, they said we gotta have 10 chairs and like who's gonna do it? Like I'm already
doing it.
We 10 steps ahead because it's not just for me. Like I also do it for the kingdom of God, like to increase it, to enhance it, to let everybody know that you have the same voice. You have the same leadership qualities to subdue. Like and just kind of lay out the template for what it should look like.
The crazy thing about it is the way that you just explained that, like you were already doing it. You were already doing it. That's how we saw it. It was very clear. Like you didn't have to say much. You weren't one of those people who had to like be boisterous, like loud or demonstrative. So it was easy to see. I know you like, how did they see that? I was trying to hide. But like seriously, it was very easy to see because people would gravitate towards you too, like naturally. So it was almost like, look, we're gonna have to say something. I can't not say nothing, But I'm glad you took the chance though, even when you could have easily been like, I'm not doing that. But you really did take ownership of that and you did it in your own way. And you wouldn't have never known that you struggled with that because you did it really, it looked effortless.
Don't make me tear up.
No, it's true. It looked effortless and people really responded to you. So it's like, but look, it's good that you reclaimed everything back because you're a leader in real life too. Like when it comes to being in your household, you're a whole mother and a whole wife, like a whole.
Got 5 kids.
Look how little she is, y'all. Look at this. Disrespectful. You would never know. She still looks like she's 15.
See my little duckling behind me.
Just look 15. Look at her. But no, look, that's good genes, Good genes. But tell me how God has taught you about yourself through them? She like, how much time we got?
They will let me know a facade will never work in this world. You cannot fake it with children.
You cannot.
They will see right. So my daughter, I had very bad postpartum with her. Like, did not know what I was gonna do. Like, I was definitely stressing because it was new to me, and as I said, I've been trying to be the perfect. There's no perfection in motherhood. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
If you think you gotta be perfect, please, please give it to God.
Please.
I'm here. I'm your voice right now. Please give your children to God, because He had you. He's gonna have them. Do you understand? Okay, but I didn't know that. So I'm struggling with this baby, and I'm breaking down because I don't know what to do, and I'm scared to ask because everybody else during the time that I was struggling with it, they outside, they got they baby, like everything is just together in their life, like from what I'm perceiving.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, it's just me, like
Oh no. It's just me.
I'm the only one struggling with it. And so in that, I learned that it's not just me. Like I learned that you're gonna have to shape up and become who you're pretending to be. Like
Mm-hmm.
your time is now. Your leadership is now. What do you want your children to see? I'm very authentic with my children. Like if I don't got it that day, mentally, physically, hey, I have to go get it from somewhere else. I'm human. Mommy's human, and that's okay. Like they told me that it's okay to be human. They told me that this journey that we're in, we're all walking it. Like that childhood, I was in my childhood. I was in my infancy. They're the exact same way. We're all here to learn something. We're all here to learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I learn from my children. Like I grow.
Yeah.
I grew. Um, and so within, I just think that they taught me how to be me.
That's beautiful. They taught you how to be you. That's crazy. Somebody who haven't even been here. Like, how y'all do this? How is that possible? But they're the purest of the pure. So it's like elders, like the old people and them kids and them animals, they gonna make sure you are authentically you, or they gonna call you out on it. They gonna be like, bogus, I don't like you, I'm gonna cry for 10 minutes, put me down, I'm running away. Like, they don't be playing, like, when it comes. So I love that you've been blessed to be a mother, because although you experience, like, at every step, it's always going to be some resistance or some adversity, right? So I'm glad that you experienced it, because then you were able to break through whatever the barrier was to be able to get the lesson, right? And it's beautiful that your kids were the ones who helped you step fully into who you are as a person. Wow.
Thank God for them every day.
Yeah. Well, I want you to talk about how your mom, like, what has she taught you about being a leader and a mother as well? Because clearly, like you said earlier, close knit. But what has she kind of like taught you when it comes to, or what do you use from her?
Okay. That's a good one.
I was like, that sounds better. That's a better question.
Okay. So in my childhood, my mom, like, she made it clear, like, she was not our friend. Like,
Not one of your little friends.
honestly, like, I did feel like my mom hated me for a long time, just because, like, she was very, like, raw and very, like, hard on us because, like, she needed us to get it. I feel like she kind of did the struggle of motherhood solitarily. Like, she didn't have anybody to reach out to, no friends, no family to really say, I need some help. And my dad, as he's working, like when he got home, he was just disconnected.
Mm.
And so through her journey, I learned not to struggle alone.
Yeah.
Open your mouth.
Open your mouth.
Yeah. I was going down the same road, but after a while, like it's better to open your mouth. It's better to say I need help, and I get help from her. Also, she taught me that when I got older, I told you she was my little friend when we were younger, but when I got older, she taught me that, you know, how to parent and listen to your children. Um, like after a while, she stopped corporal punishment. And she would just talk to us. She would just be like, how can we change this? How can we improve this? What do you need from me? And my mom over time became my best friend because she took the time to listen. She took the time to understand. And from her, like, I think I learned the most to be like strong, like through it all. My mama, like, she woke up every day, put on her makeup, drug herself out the bed, like, and she didn't complain. Like, she didn't complain. And to me, like, I look back, like, how was you doing that?
I still ask my mama that today. I be like, how do you do this, and how did you do it by yourself? Literally, like you worked all these jobs. She never missed a game. Anything I was doing, she was there. How? Houseway? How she do it? But I guess that's motherhood, though.
And so I would say motherhood too, but I also think that she served a very strong God and she trusted him. And God got her through a lot.
Absolutely.
Because there's no way you do that on repeat for all of the days of your life. She never really missed work. And she told me later on that she did it for us. Like she knew we needed things. She knew we had to eat. She just wanted better for us.
Mm. It definitely takes God, because the strength to just get up. And when your name is mama, you're gonna hear that name 11 times. Like, it's just insane. Like it never stops, because a kid doesn't care about how you feel today. Their feelings are not facts at all. So and I sometimes ask my mama, did we used to do that? She's like, yep. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of crazy to hear that. They just be on autopilot and just keep it moving, right? But we can all learn something from our parents. Like, and once you start realizing that they're human too, it makes it even worse, because you're just like, they human too, and they did it, and so we have no excuse, because they laid the foundation for us to have a better opportunity, right? So that's why I had to ask you, what did you learn from her? Because even everything's not peaches and cream, but it definitely creates like this perfect, a little perfect smoothie. It really does. It makes a perfect smoothie, because we are able to pull from the past and from what you learned on your own journey. So yeah, okay. Well, shout out to your mama and everybody in your family, the generations of it all, like, because it all was passed down to. Good genes are just not in looks, so it's passed down. That power passes down. So, tell me a little bit about your transition from high school going into college, and just like this, your independence, you going doing your thing. So tell me about how you transitioned into college and everything. She said, "Okay." Oh Lord.
Miss Trina really got me through that though. Like
God got her through that.
because he put her there. Like, clear. My mama always said that, she wanted us to go to college. Um, she desired those things, but she didn't really like give the road because she hadn't been on it. And so all I knew the whole time was go to college, go to college. But how am I gonna get where am I gonna get the money from?
We need the money.
And so Miss Trina was there. She helped me do the FAFSA. She helped me apply to different colleges, and she helped me learn about FAFSA. And the transition was like it felt forced.
I can feel that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we going to college. Like, don't get me wrong, college is definitely like if you're already on the path, I think that college gives you some time to figure it out.
Hmm.
Um, really learn some more skills towards what you're trying to do. But if you're just doing it,
I agree, and I work hard.
yeah, pick that thing out first. Like really decide what you want to do. Now, me, I've always known that I want to do something in education. But before I got there, everyone was saying that education was a waste. Like, what you going to college for that for? You could do that. And so I kind of stuck to my guns on that because that was the only thing that I desired. Like, and so Sam Houston, it was a small college. They specialize in education. I found them. I didn't get accepted right away. I kept trying. Like, I kept calling up there, like, did you get my application? Did you? Like, I was bugging those people. And after a while, like, God opened the door. But um, since it was like a little, like something that was kind of forced and not something that I really desired, I didn't get as much as I should have gotten. Like, I thought that I had a boyfriend. That was that was a lesson in itself. I think if you're going to college, you need to focus on that. Like, don't you're gonna have so much time to figure out relationships. You're gonna have so much time to meet people. Um, I think you should really be single and do what you desire in college as far as like um meeting people, networking, um, going to events that will progress you.
Hmm.
It was like I was caught up in a lot of things that I didn't really feel like benefited me. But as I was there, like it was really an amazing time. Like it was life altering for me to actually be there. Um and I think that God was really like moving there for me. It was like, yeah, you starting to see yourself. Like your mommy and daddy aren't here. Like it's all Aaliyah. Like it's on you. And within that, like life was changing, like life was altering for me. Like God was calling me to certain places. Now, did I listen? I didn't. Um, but He was showing me like I'm right here with you. Like we got this. We're gonna get it done. I flourished in college because I wanted to. I flourished in college because I was being authentic. After a while, like there was really nothing that was gonna hold me back. And so the transition from high school to college, to be completely honest, um, it wasn't really smooth. It was very unsure. But I'm now a preacher of do it unsure, do it scared,
Hmm.
because I think that that's where some of the beautiful transitions come from. That's where God can move the most when you just really trust that He's got
Hmm. And that's life in general. Like, I mean, the transition. I feel like that's what the purpose of it is. Like, and it is very forced. Because they say go to college, they tell you all these things, but they don't tell you what the process is going to be like, and they also don't tell you that there are alternatives. So I mean, we need plumbers, we need electricians. So
you.
I'm just gonna go and throw that in there. But I think that if you're gonna go to college, it should be something that you do choose, and it has to be something that you want to do because you got to go to them classes and you gotta uh finish it. So, and that's a very expensive piece of paper to try to get, it's expensive. So if you want to do it, by all means do it and do the work. But if not, but you said something very important, like you felt like you started to see yourself. And I think that college is a great place for that because everything you believe to be true will be challenged. Everything. Your spirituality, your thoughts on friendships, your thoughts on any relationship, just what you're capable of, everything is going to be challenged. So tell me, when it comes to college, what do you feel like you were able to overcome or gain from it outside of education?
Okay. Overcome. I think I overcame being alone. You coming from a close knit family. Um, like I wasn't okay. So I wasn't completely alone. However, um, like those quiet moments where it's just you walking to class, or it's quiet moments where it's just you at the diner, like it allowed me to learn to be alone and be at peace with that. In my aloneness, in my like stillness in some of those moments, like I think God met me there. I know I keep referencing God, but He's at all. Like
God gonna be. If you don't want to hear about God, you might as well turn this off. Cause he gonna be here.
here. But He met me with the right people to mold my future, like people that like perfect for the journey, perfect for the time. Like I didn't meet you in high school. I didn't meet you. You don't know anything about me. I met you here. Like it's our first introduction, so it had to be God. And so He sent several people like that, where I thought I was alone. Like no, I'm right here. I'm right here. Um, some challenges that I had to overcome was realizing that like this is my life. Got to take the reins on it. Um, and I don't say it like in a bigger sense because I always had a sense of direction. I always had a sense of purpose for my own life, but never really took control over it. It was like, you know, I could call my mom, I could call my dad, and they were right there. But when life started to happen while I was in college, it was just me, and so I had to shape up a lot, which I'm grateful for. It. I think all of those situations with figuring out that this is my life, I need to take control of it. It led me to be who I am. Like,
Yeah, because nobody's coming to save you, and I think that that's the one little tidbit that's left out. Look, Jesus saved us already, if you choose to believe in Him. But nobody on earth is coming to save you or coming to like create this magical foundational life for you. So you do have to choose. And you making the decision to like take ownership of your life is probably one of the biggest decisions you could have ever made in your life, because if you didn't do that, we don't know where you would be at this moment. Like probably still trying to figure it out, And that sounds dramatic, but it's true. You're probably still trying to figure out, like on loop, what am I doing with my life? Why is this still happening? Why do I feel lost? And he gets real in college. That's all I can say.
and I'm gonna take it a little bit deeper. Like
Yeah.
in adulthood, I think that people are still blaming their parents for past hurts, past trauma, and your parents are living like they go to sleep, they wake up. It's not their hurt. It's not their shame. It's not their embarrassment. And so for you, I do encourage you to seek God, seek therapy, talk to someone, straighten your life out because those are your experiences. And stop blaming stop blaming everything else. Like it did happen, and I love everyone listening. I get it. It did happen, and now we have a chance to use those experiences and make something different out of it.
Mhm. Take you making a choice, though. Definitely takes you making a choice. Tell me about your journey with Christ, though, because we referenced Jesus numerous times already. So I want you to talk about just your journey of getting to know Him and just becoming closer to Christ.
So, um, as I stated, we didn't really grow up in the church. Like we grew close enough up in the church where I think we got out when I was maybe 7. So I knew of God, and my mom made sure that like, she just referenced Him and everything. Like she really did love God. She loved. Um, but in my own personal experiences, I think that the devil got in more. He was able to have his way more. Um, just because of the type of household I lived in, like it was just no outlet. We were around each other all the time, and so there was a lot of hostility in our home, like a lot of you know verbal abuse, a lot of arguing, and so I think that it created like a demonic presence. And so throughout that, excuse me, I used to feel like I wanted to die a lot. Like I think that the devil does that with a lot of anointed people. Like early on, you want to commit suicide, like because if the enemy can take you out early.
Okay. Yeah. So this generation is connected to you.
He don't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Reference point. I think it was King Herod. Anyways, one of the kings found out that a Messiah was coming, and he said every baby boy. He don't even want to get.
That's so coward. Like that is such a coward thing to do. Like
Said every baby boy. Moses slipped through the cracks, but that wasn't for Moses. Like let's get it clear. That was for down the line. Every um, so it created thoughts of suicide a lot. I mean, to where like I don't want to do this no more. Well, what's the point? I'm not being myself already, like in the most genuine aspect. I know who I am, but to flourish and show it, I can't. And so with God, I think that He beaconed for my life a lot. But I had already decided that I was useless.
Hmm.
Another thing, don't name yourself. God already called you. He called you something. If you don't know what it is, ask Him. So I named myself useless, like taking up space, um, and so God was there to like pull me out of situations. I always had Him in my back pocket with prayer, but I kept Him there because I felt like, how can I serve Him completely? And not that I love the world, but I was starting to like what it offered.
Hmm. It can be enticing. It can look enticing. You know, it is the world, right? That's the gloss that they put on it. You know, it looks great, until you in it. Then when you get in it, it's not. It's a trap. Like it's dangling bait.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so I started smoking a lot. Um, I had an addiction to pornography. Um, I was just like, I was just citing along the way that, I didn't kind of live life in a perfect sense. I just wanted to be me. And I felt like that was me. And every time that I did certain things, for when I was smoking, and I would just throw up, like, no, look at everybody else.
They fine. So y'all okay?
I would drink, and I didn't do it often, but the times that I did, like, he was just really showing me, like, I set you apart.
Mhm.
What you trying to? And I knew it was wrong one time. I was smoking, and I threw up my inside. They looked at me, and they was like, "You want to hit it
Again? With all that on the floor?
No, I'm high. I'm not unsanitary, but I knew then that it wasn't them, it was the spirit.
Yeah. Trying to keep you. Yeah. We accept you over here. You're accepted here. Mm-mm.
So they wanted me trapped, but God called me out. Um, and He kept calling me out. I kept rejecting them. Prophets came. One prophet told me a prophecy so big, and I was trying to figure out who she was talking about. Like no.
Say you.
But in my walk now, I want to apologize to her. I want to apologize to God. Like it was me. She was spot on. Um, and the reason why I'm saying all of this is because I do feel like so many people are out there misunderstood, not really fitting in. Like you just can't. And I don't mean like I was bullied, I was an outcast, but everybody knew something was different. Like when I came around people,
Mm-hmm.
here come Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
She don't want to do all. I can't. And so, um, with that, he kept beaconing for my life. Life kept beaconing for my life. Um, but I wasn't really hearing him. I would just, God, if you could get me into this college, God, if you could give me this, and he did it every time. He answered every prayer,
Mm.
which is embarrassing.
Why do you say it's embarrassing?
If you have God in your back pocket and you're using him with no commitment, and God is doing it for you all the way through, I feel like you need to come and meet him some of the way.
Absolutely.
It's embarrassing because we think our life is our own, but there's a God that loves us, and he does give us free will,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants us to choose him. Life is 1,000 times better with God.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm. And so to think that we know more or we can do more without him, that's the same sin that Lucifer did.
Absolutely.
Same sin. And if you're talking about his fall, you need to look at your own. Um, because I don't think that, God is gonna allow it much longer. I know that the time is winding down. And so within my walk with Christ, let me get back to it. Um, he brought me out. Like there were multiple times where I've seen God move. One being, um, I was going through a postpartum spell. I had my second child, and I was feeling alone, depressed, like nothing was really moving my life. And I said, God, like, how much longer am I gonna live like this? Like, I didn't want it anymore. I started to get disgusted with my life. Now I'm called alone. So I was like, man, me and my friend decided we were gonna fast, not eat nothing, not drink nothing. On the third day, I'm for sure we were hallucinating. We couldn't even go to sleep. The body started to like shut down a little bit. And so I started to hear like demonic voices. Like they were like, you know, this one's strong. Don't worry about it. Like we got something for it. No, no, you owe us.
Oh, you owe us. Wow.
When you have those doors open, they think you have a contract with them illegally. You make a legal contract. It was like you owe us. Your family owe us. And so I was like, God, if you just get me through this one, I had to go to the mental hospital because I wouldn't sleep. Like, I had went so long, and while I was there, I met a girl named Jonah. I was calling my mom. I was like, Mom, I can't be here. I can't be here. She said, You're in the belly of a whale now.
Wow.
God literally had to sit me out so I could submit my will to Him. So when I came out of there, I was so excited, but I felt like I had lost so much. My family, my girls are little. My husband's still there at home. My job, like I have nothing. But the fact of the matter was, I had everything because I had God. He returned it
Mm-hmm.
better, better than I had left it. I had to drop out of school prior to because I had my baby and I couldn't return back to school because of COVID. I was able to enroll back in college, finish. Those were things that I never thought that I would be able to see. And so, within all of that, I say that um, although I was rejecting God for so long, He met me. Don't make people, don't, please don't make Him sit you down like He set me down.
Mm-mm.
Don't wait until it gets to that point. And I really hope that I'm like beaconing to someone's heart because you've been trying to do both.
Mm-hmm.
You've been trying to serve two masters and trying to figure out why one isn't moving forward and, you know, why it just doesn't feel right. Even if things are going good, it doesn't feel right. And that's because God's not in the midst. You don't want Him there. You have to make room. You have to put Him in everything. Talk to Him. You don't know where to start. God, Jesus. I need you. Like, if you don't believe him, I don't believe you real. Just show me. Got it? Forget what everybody said. They're gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't question God. You should. God wants to show
Hmm.
it.
He does.
He wants you to like beacon after him. He wants you to seek him. You can even seek him in your word. Um, and so back to it. God met me in several places. Um, I didn't listen all the time. I wasn't obedient, but he loved me regardless. And there was a time a few years ago, I was starting to read the Bible, and I didn't really know the word. I didn't really know God. And so I'm reading it and I'm learning him for myself. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, these are things well, God, you did it for them, Go ahead and do one of them in my life. One of the miracles.
One of the miracles.
First of all, my whole life is a miracle. That's first. But secondly, like me talking to God like that, um, I repented a lot because for one, the thing that I was desiring, the thing that I was asking for was money. And so I had got to a point where I needed the money. Things about to get shut off. Things about to turn off. It was one of the hardest years of my life, and I was seeking God diligently. Um, and I said, God, if you just this one, I'll praise you. I'll say your name across the world. You ain't never got to ask me to go get. And so I'm looking for the money. I'm looking for whatever it is, the blessing. And I'm like trying to do it at the same time. I'm driving at the same time, trying to make money at the same time. And I heard him like, go home. Mm-mm.
Go home.
Mm-mm. You said faith without works is dead. I'm trying to use the word back to him. Go home. I got it. Like, you trust me? No, not really. Like, I don't really know him like that still.
Hmm.
So it gets to a point I'm like, hey, do y'all have an extension? Do y'all have just one more? Things about to get cut out. They're like, no, this is it. Like, you done had XYZ extension. So I'm checking my bank account. No money there. I'm like, Lord, I just need the money. So I go home. It's 10 o'clock. I'm like, okay, okay, God, whatever it is, I believe in you. I trust you. Like, it's just gonna have to be what it is. I open my bank account one more time. It's 10 o'clock. Money is in there from a tax refund. Now, this wasn't no, like, I filled out the refund on Saturday. It was like a Wednesday. It was unrealistically quick. And so I got very, like, overwhelmed with his power. But then I was ashamed because I didn't trust him. You asking for money for it. You're praying the wrong prayer. Ask for obedience, discipline, gifts. Show you your gifts. Your gifts make room.
Hmm.
Um, and so when he did it, like, oh, let me really straighten up because God is real,
Hmm.
and those aren't the only times that He saved me. He saved me over and over, and now I don't fight Him no more. But you want to know about God? My life is a testimony. your life is probably a testimony. You could think of sometimes
Mm-hmm.
where it just didn't make sense.
Breathing. It's really that simple. Like everybody's life is a testimony. That's what we're called to do, right? We testify, right? Simple things, and it's amazing how just in the small amount of time you were able to identify a physical one, a financial one, spiritual one. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, and you're not even in your 50s yet. Everybody's life has meaning and has a message and a testimony attached to it for a very specific reason. And I think that we overlook it because it's not glamorous or it's not publicized on on TV or something, right? We got 10 million. We hit the lotto. That's not always a blessing either. That's also a target on your back, you know? So I think that it's saying a lot to say the small things that we take for granted are the things that are that bring so much wealth to you, because when you in those moments you remember it. Like it comes like that. You're like, what? Oh, I didn't even think about that. And I think we do all need to slow down and be more grateful for everything. Breath. In this world, we definitely should be grateful for oxygen. Because it's not normal anymore, which is crazy. But I'm glad that he got you back. I'm gonna just put it like that. No, for real, I'm serious, because it could have been totally different. It could have been totally different, and you making the choice to just come back to him. He had to prompt you a couple of times, but once he got that attention, it changes your life, and you don't want him to demand your attention ever again. And she's like, I'll just come to you. I'll stand like this. I'll stand like this. I'm staying like this. Tell me, like, when it comes to just your family unit in your own household, like, we've already mentioned that you're married. So can you talk a little bit about how y'all have kind of cultivated y'all's culture inside of your household?
So our culture has been rooted in like making sure that our children have a voice, making sure that they're seen. We put them in sports. My daughter had karate, we done basketball, swim, like
Yay!
like
Look, I'm excited.
like we want them to know who they are. Like we want them to have those lessons early on because we're making leaders. Like that's how we see it.
Yeah.
We're building up God's kingdom. And so on Sundays we have Bible study with them. The children are not too young to learn the Bible. They're not too young to hear it, exactly what the word said, because God's going to translate for them.
They need it early. They need it early, though. Because the world is talking and they loud.
They're watching TV. They're with their friends. The influence already there.
Cartoons. Cartoons.
So our children know that, like, we believe in them. We empower them. Like, we let them know, like, they have decisions in our house as well. Like, we have, like, we have a little hierarchy. Like, go tell this person first. They have authority too. Like, and so, like if y'all could see them, like I have little courageous like women at my home. I have a courageous young man at my home. I have a courageous young little boy at my home. Like, and honestly, like we realized that our journeys had to happen. So their journeys have to too. Like we have to make room. We can't control it. And so, our home life is very like surrounded in that, and making sure that we learn each other. There's a lot of us. So we emphasize on respect because I feel like in family, like it can get misconstrued a little bit of like when you don't respect each other's space, efforts. Um, if there's any type of open hole for like unforgiveness or open hole for like a feeling of manipulation or betrayal, like we try to close it up early.
Mhm.
And so, most of all, we even just keeping God first. And the way that He moves with our children in general, like better than I could ever do it, better than that father could ever do it. And He's made room for them to just flourish. And when I'm with people, I know that it's paying off because they're saying that they see a difference in my children and other children, which is what, like, I'm not, it's not a bragging thing, but I think the thing that they see most is God.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so, um, I keep them covered in prayer, keep them lifted up. But most importantly, we let them know that like they can really do anything. It's not a thought. It's not in your mind. Like God literally said it in multiple ways throughout the Bible. And so we don't limit them. We don't maybe too small for that one.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
So everyone they think they're as big as their father, and their father is and that I'm glad that they are because it is healing my childhood a lot more, healing my innocence a lot more. Because to say the things that I was always too scared to say.
Mhm.
They do the things I was always too scared to do. Like
Mhm.
I'm like, this is more than I could ever imagine. Like and I let God know that I'm gonna get them ready. Like
It's your duty.
because they're gonna be used in a mighty way. Um and I know that the covering protection, like it can get a little scary saying that out loud because then the hair rods come out. But
Mhm.
God always has He have a plan. So you try. It's gonna be a little bit scary on you. Oh, speaking of that, um, I think that goes a little bit into witchcraft. Like I've been a source of a lot of like witchcraft, a lot of like people trying to use the doorways that are open as a way to get to me. God has a hedge of protection around you. Whether you want to be in it or not, it's on you. You dibble and dabble in other things, it makes you more vulnerable. Like I had doors open to where when they tried, like they were successful. I was in high school. This young man liked me a lot. And he told someone else, I just need her here so I could cast a love spell on her.
I ain't never heard that one. I ain't know that.
He
Wow.
must have got it because I was waking up at the witching hour, which I found out later, 3 o'clock every night. And my mama was saying that like I was convulsing, like,
Wow.
mm-hmm. Um, yeah. So I came here to say that side is very real too. Demonic forces, witchcraft, sorcery. And they're looking for people that don't really know. Like they're looking for people that don't really know the power they possess. And like when you open yourself up to God spiritually, there's like two sides. There's a dark side and there's a light side. And I feel like whoever you feed the most is the one that usually prevails because if you're giving your life to God, He's going. There's a verse in Jeremiah that I was a little bit like I was pumped up for him because he was basically saying that I'm going to make like a fence made out of something around you. And he was saying like when you get there, like nothing's gonna take. Those are the promises in Isaiah. You know, the no weapon shall prosper. Um, and so with all of that being said, like when you're doing both, when you're living in the world and for God, because they know you there. Like they know the spirit knows you before you even get there. So if they can have access, mm-mm.
Gotta choose. You have to choose because, and basically what Aaliyah is saying is there are ways for you to be opening doors and portals and things to things that you shouldn't be attached to at all. And it comes from what you're dabbling in, what you're connected to, what you watch, what you listen to, people you're attached to. It all kind of like can be attached to all of that. So you want to be mindful and very intentional about what you allow yourself to consume, and you got to protect and guard your eye gates, your ear gates, everything, because the enemy does not play fair. So it can be somebody that you really adore. It can be an actor or actress that you really adore. You like, this can't be that bad. And if you say this can't be that bad, just go ahead and stop. Go ahead and stop right there. Because if you say that, you already know you're trying to negotiate with yourself about doing something that your spirit is already against. Even if it's not that intense. If you're pausing, it's the reason you're pausing. So I just had this situation happen just last week. About a movie. So that's why what she said is correct. You want to be mindful, and the best way to combat this stuff is to make sure you know your word. Like, if you don't know a word for it, that's fine. Go read it. Go read God's word and make sure you're praying for discernment and protection, and just, covering yourself daily when it comes to everything, because you can't take anything like for granted. This world is very dark. We live in an upside down, crazy world. So you want to make sure that you covering yourself by making sure you're covered by God. So Jesus Christ. Let's make that very clear too. The blood of Jesus Christ. Because they like making everybody confused with that too. So it is like, I don't understand it, Aaliyah, but it's like they take it to a whole nother level to make you be confused, and it's really not that difficult to understand. You have a whole Bible that has word for word. If it's going against that word, you already know that it's a deterrent. It's not right. So just follow what he's told you, and he gave you a whole Bible dictionary, if you want to use it that way. It's a thesaurus. Like, you can read it. It's like it got everything in it, and it's very relevant to today. Like, everything we're going through is literally in there. It's kind of crazy when you read it. You be like, how many years ago? How many years ago was this? Like, that happened yesterday.
There's nothing new was under the sun.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah, it's letting you know everything was relevant. Everything that's going on in Isaiah, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, but making that decision can be tough for some people, because you are going to grieve the life that you feel like you have or want. And to be realistic about it, you don't want that life, because a life without God means you have to carry the weight of everything. And that's difficult. You buckle under the pressure of being tormented by your boss. Can you imagine having to be under the weight of like a demonic spirit, and then on top of that, work, and then being a mother and a wife and a daughter? It's too much. It's too much. And I don't want to deal with that. I wouldn't want to deal with that.
No. And so, with all of that, like I had to make a distinct decision. And go fully. Like God is the best decision. A relationship with Jesus is the best decision that I have made, And I think anybody that is actually doing it will tell you that they have made. And this is the thing. When you go into it, I think Miss Trina said this last time too, that you don't go into it thinking that it's just everything's gonna be perfect now. But that's when things get it heats up a little bit more because now you're doing what God desires for you to do, and the enemy still wants you. Like,
Yeah.
so you think it's gonna be easy? Mm.
You're a hot commodity even more then. Yeah.
Now he really wants you because there was something that said too, like, why would he fight for somebody that's he already have? So if things going good and you don't need God,
just keep living.
mm-hmm.
Just keep living. That will be a moment.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and for me in my household, like we just can't do that no more. We can't go back and forth. We can't think that we don't need God. Because the transformation, even with, the hardships that it may bring, the best decision. Because I literally take it all to God and I sleep good.
You rest. You rest. It ain't even sleep at this point. There's a difference between sleeping and resting. And it's people who they're not able to just because they are being tormented, like just by small things. It like Aaliyah said, when you make the decision, God already has said that there will be trials and tribulations. But honestly, the good thing is he already done beat the world. He done beat, he's already won. So we already know the plot twist, the ending, So I think that people do think that it's gonna be easy. And I think they're not realizing that everything you're going through is to really prune you and get you prepared for being more like him. And I think that's the part that people don't like because that means you're confronted with what and who you really are, and the things that you need to fix. Like your pastor said today. Like it's true. It's the cutting off of the flesh for sure, and that is not comfortable for anybody. It can be the saint of all saints. It's difficult, but when that process is over, you're amazed at who you are in that sense of look at where you came from, and you can't do that if you don't go through that process. So I leave it like that.
Good. I like all of that. I do want to talk about one more thing.
Oh no, you good.
When I submitted my will to God, he just started putting so many I need you to do this, I need you to. So I started a daycare, and first of all, I didn't do it completely with him. He was telling me to turn it over and start teaching children about the Bible. I didn't do that part. And so, when God gives you gifts like that, when he gives you certain opportunities, do it his way. You got the vision from him. And so he's giving me another vision, and it was to go out with the homeless. I have a moment. I'm not trying to embarrass you, Mama, but we were going to my Mima's church, and there was a homeless guy. He looked like my grandpa. And I was like, I want him to have some money. Can you get some money? My mom sticks her hand out the window. Here, this is from her. You better thank her. And so I said that to say, it's always been in my heart to give to them. Just didn't have the means. And so now that he's brought me up, he's like, you see those people, living in a life with God, I see everything now. I see it all in his eyes where people would just look past, people digging in the trash can, the people, on the side of the road. I have to stop. And so within that, he's given me several things of how I can do that several ways. Me and my friend, and my husband as well, we all put money together to give back to the homeless or people, who are on hard times. And then I think that it's a way to really see the world how God sees it. Um, in my opinion, more people that know that they are loved, like more people that are given to, I feel like it'll prompt other people to give. I feel like it'll prompt other people to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with that being said, like we're taking the responsibility up on ourselves. We do a lot of things with our money,
Mm-hmm.
and we go out there and we see his people, like all of them, not just some of them. And so, I do think that that's something that he's placed on our hearts to do. And within that, we have a Cash App that we started, and also a GoFundMe because we met this young man. He's an older gentleman. I'm not. He's almost 60.
Distinguished
Yes,
gentleman.
he's a distinguished gentleman. But his limb during the winter time called frostbite, really bad. Should be amputated, but he's under a bridge because he can't move, and his parents are with him.
Wow.
And so we created a GoFundMe for him. You can look on my page or my mother's page for that. And I'll share my info. But we also created a Cash App $ Fresh Wind 316.
We'll put it on there too.
Yeah. And those are just some ways he told me that it's not a donation, it's a donation.
Mm.
By people that want to do, but you don't got the time, we get it. We get it. But there are ways that you can make an impact because there's people already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Just contribute where you can, monetarily, physically, or if you can actually be there. Like we would love to have people come, and we go out, we feed them, minister, let people know that there's seen. And I said all that because it's all of our responsibility
It is.
with each other. You see somebody in the line, they don't got the extra $2. You rolling your eyes because you got somewhere to be.
Mm-hmm.
Pay it. Pay it like that's your sister. Pay it like it's you. Those are some ways to show ourselves like Christ in a way that we can see each other. Now, there are verses that say that you don't want to just sow on rock seeds, whatever the case is. But God's gonna, he usually talks. He's usually like, there's thing that we could do to make it a better place.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing was always like, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna? They need to. We,
Mm-hmm.
we, we
Mm-hmm.
need to.
That's Bible.
Yeah.
The least of them. The least of them, I mean.
Yeah. And so, there are a lot of biblical scriptures that back that up because he was like, "Did you visit me in the jail, like on the street?" Like, also, there's ones where he said, "You don't even know who you're entertaining."
Mm-mm.
Imagine you entertaining him, not realizing it, and you acting snobby.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done it. Like I've, I don't got time for it today. What if it was him? Would you have time? He got to come out and say, "I'm God. I'm Lord. I'm your Lord and Savior. I'm Jesus."
You still wouldn't, and they still wouldn't believe it. So.
And so I think it's time. I think he's calling everybody like to do more from our heart, from our soul, from what he designed us to do. And then, like I see, and it's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, but I do think a lot of the places people are right now in the place of job or what they do throughout their day is a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what he called you to do. It's not what he designed you for. And you're burnt out. I don't even make it. Try trusting him. Ask him what your purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely it's going to be dealing with others. And then do it. Sow into people.
Mm-hmm.
And not in a selfish sense for the body of Christ. We can't move without the other leg. And I always see the body of Christ is like everybody doing their part. So imagine trying to walk and the other leg won't move.
Mm.
Imagine having the words right here, but it won't come out your mouth. The mouth don't want to do his part.
That's real. Yeah.
So we gotta move as one. And I'm grateful for where he's brought me to. Because I can trust him wholeheartedly and know that like he's gonna make a way for us to do it.
Mm-hmm.
When we put our whole heart in it, he brings the resources. He brings the people.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely. Even if it's in small doses,
So
he gives it to you. You just gotta see it that way, though. You gotta, and not blow what he gave you, too. Because we'll spend it on something else.
it's true.
We've all done it.
Mm-hmm.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
But with that being said, you know, you can't do for now. Be a part of the donation. If you're scared to start with him. Give me purpose. Give me resources. He will blow your mind. And all of that. I'm thankful because he's given me this heart, a heart that I thought I was cursed with. Why do I gotta care? And nobody else. Everybody can do
what they want to do.
It's a blessing.
It is a blessing.
It's a blessing to be called by him. So if he's calling you, listen to the call, pick up the phone.
Mm-hmm. And if you're confused about what a calling is, or if he is calling you, it's that very thing that continues to nag you. Even if it's just like the smallest thing, it's like, it's bothering me. It's on your mind a lot. So that's an example of what he could be calling you towards or calling you to get away from. So yeah. Would you say that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He called me several times and I know what you want me to do.
Get off of me. Get away from me. Nah. I'm gonna keep running, and then you're gonna run into that brick wall. Then you're gonna need them.
Yeah. And so don't make them chase you. Just do what they designed you for, you know. And also you've been knowing since you were a child.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I can definitely testify to that.
Yeah. He done told you over and over and over. And you're wasting your gifts and talents elsewhere. But when it comes to him or doing the kingdom work, it's too much.
Mm-hmm. It is very natural. It's something very natural to you. Mm-hmm. It's not rocket science. I mean, it might be. It might be. You're like, no, let me not say that. It's very simple. It's a very simple thing that you've probably been interested in your entire life, and it just comes naturally to you. That's probably it. Just need to walk through it and see.
Purpose.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah, it probably is rocket science. So, yeah. That's because somebody got to do it. Not me, but somebody got to do it. That's funny. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't let you leave here without asking you, how did you and your husband meet?
That's a good story.
Because I mean, we all say that. When most of the people I interview, y'all are all married. The majority of y'all, it's crazy. Yeah, actually, I think I think everybody this season was married, almost.
Okay,
Anywho, unstoppable. You know, it makes sense partnership. But
well,
yeah,
let me line it up.
let me line it up.
So Miss Trina, I think I was calling her because I was back from the from high school. I'm in college, and I was like, I need a job for the summer, and she connected me with this guy named James. And she was like, the wild. I love kids. That's my purpose. And so it's like, yeah, I get on the day before they're about to go to training. I do it regardless. Like I'm there, whatever they need. Like I had this dude is like at the training and he's sitting in the back like this.
What are you doing?
With a hat on. With a hat on. Like, oh, who brought the school shooter to the
Oh no.
who brought the school shooter to the child event? And so he's just out of the way, minding his business, but I just always remember that moment. And so, um, when we first started talking, it was very cordial as friends because I had a boyfriend at the time. But our conversation was just very like enlightening. Um, and it was about religion, and we were just trying to figure each other out that way. Um, and from that moment, we just became closer. Like, now we got a relationship as friends. And so when we got back, the stars aligned. I didn't have a boyfriend. He didn't have a girlfriend. And now it's like, he started to look a little.
You look different.
You look different today. And so, I started to like change my like approach to him as far as like before I was like, no, don't text me at this hour. Don't no. But now it's like, text me when now I'm getting all giddy. Um and we start talking and he starts talking about our future. Now I'm like, because men see, like, men know, like, I
They
think they
do.
just do. And so he starts talking down the line, like, yeah, I see us doing this together and doing this. Everything that we're doing now. Like, he called it from the beginning. And so I was like, oh, God. Okay, what you got for me now? And I didn't say this part, but I had a heartbreak before that. And I wrote on a piece of paper exactly what I desired, like, in a spouse. Or, from somebody that I wanted to be with. So I wasn't looking for it. I was like, I'm gonna just kind of let this thing like roll out because for me, like I knew who I was, I knew what I would take up for, like you know. And so really, the only way that he could get in there is like as a friend. And so he was that. Then he started to lay out our future, and I was like, okay, I'm listening, I'm listening. So I had to go back to college, and he's like, I need to see you before you go. I need to see you. And for me, I was like, no, like I'm in college. We don't. There's nothing for us to talk about. Like I was quick with the boundary, but he was like, as long as both of us are trying, we're not gonna fail.
Yep.
And that's how we've been together for so long because you trying. I don't feel like trying right now. Okay, well I'm trying, and then you trying. No, I don't feel like. Okay, well I'm trying, and then we'll try together. And God works it out like that to where like when it's for you, when it's destined for you, like it works. Like when we like started to lay out our future together, when we started to really like truly talk about where we would go, Like we both put in maximum effort.
Mm.
And it was times where I was like, hmm, I don't understand this guy. Like, you're gonna have to clear it up a little bit because isn't my husband, isn't not my husband. But throughout the journey of that, it was like I put it in your face already, like who he was.
Mm-hmm.
I showed you. I showed you who you were. I showed you who y'all was gonna be. Y'all talked about it. Like he made it very evident that we were supposed to meet. It's very unlikely. He's from Tennessee. He's down here for the military. Like on a regular day, we wouldn't meet. But everything was together. God purposely put us together. And through it, like I'm grateful because we have the most beautiful things. Like we've created the most beautiful things as far as people, created the most beautiful jobs, creations, like everything that you could think of, our minds together, mesh in that way, and are yoked together in that way. And so we met both doing what we love. He loved children too.
Mm-hmm.
He loves children. And so our hearts are what brought us together. Is doing our purpose is what brought us together. Because if he had too much pride, I'm not working with no children.
Mm-hmm.
But he loved them. He took something that was a little bit lower for him during that time frame, and it brought him to destiny. Like me too. So
I didn't even know that. That's
mm-hmm.
and this is why I like interviewing people that I already know, that I think I know,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's story is there's so many layers and things that happened or was on the verge of happening that changed the trajectory of your life too. And I also asked that question because I want people to understand that partnership is important. The person that you choose is going to be, that is next to choosing Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, the person that you choose to build a life with, your earthly life with here on earth, is that can change your life in a negative way or a positive way. It just depends on who and what and how y'all use the opportunity. So I'm glad that God already, he aligned that clearly and y'all were on the same page already. Clearly y'all had respect for each other in the way that y'all were in situations and weren't, and the best thing is that you built the friendship first, and that's what sustains the relationship too. It's God, and then having that friendship foundation, it just changes everything.
Yeah, literally your best friend. We talk about it a lot. Like if we ever don't work out, you got a friend for life.
Mm-hmm.
So
nah, bro. It's it. You know where all the bodies at. Cannot let you go. You're gonna have to be here. We gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out. To death do us part for real. We gotta figure this out. But it is important for you to value your relationships for sure, and like not take them for granted, because friendships and relationships, because God put people in your life for a reason to help you to become who he called you to be too. So meeting your spouse is that helps you a lot and helps him too.
Yeah.
And look what y'all created together. That's gonna bless other generations of people.
Speaking of, real quick. So we start talking about our life journey. And I'm thinking low. I'm like, I'm gonna be a teacher. I'm gonna go on trips in the summer. He said, you don't want to own a school? Well, I mean, I never thought of it like that. Like pushing you more towards your purpose.
Yeah.
And everything that I do, like he's very supportive. Like he's the finances behind a lot of the stuff I do. And so with that being said, it makes a difference. Choose wisely.
I appreciate him. I do. Because you can see, well, I can see when he did enter your life, everything shifted too. So I'm appreciative to him too, because having that stability and that it's just like having that person knowing that they're going to be supportive. It just helps you to want to be courageous too. So Yeah, I'm grateful for that.
He gave a backbone. He
Mm-hmm.
gave the confidence too. So
It's giving husband.
mm,
It's giving husband helpmate. Well,
Mm.
you know, it's giving sent by Christ. You know, it's giving He created me. I'm just saying, appreciate it.
love you. Yeah.
I'm just saying, hey,
Mhm.
we had to shout him. I had to make sure we said somebody.
Mhm.
Can't just not can't bypass that.
Yeah. Oh, he has Chambers Aquatic. He
Yes, go
still
ahead.
works with children.
Say it again, though.
He
Say it.
works with Chambers Aquatics. That's it. With him, you can get your lifeguards trained. I'm not really sure if he's on the personal training level for like swim lessons right now, but if you bring it up, but he has a passion for making sure that our community isn't just out there drowning, and I do mean, our Black and brown children, because we do drown at a disproportional rate. And so he's targeting something. And that's God's design, like passionate about it. And
Mhm.
so if you want to support it, he has a page, chambersaquatics.com. Go check him out there. And we do offer swim lessons. We do offer seminars. Whatever you need for your community.
Mm.
Keep it safe during the summer. Because y'all still gonna go. Be safe and do it. So.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
We as Black people have an interesting relationship with water.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, I think it's psychological at this point for some people. And that's necessary. You need to know how to be calm in that space and be well equipped to handle yourself in the water. So, yep, we're gonna definitely tag that too.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Well, Leah, I'm sorry. I had to make sure they were trying to come here. Anywho, Aaliyah, I'm super proud of you. I gotta ask you one more question before you leave, though.
Mhm.
You know, this will be my last question. I promise. What is one thing or one life lesson that you feel like you've learned that makes you unstoppable?
Mm. One life lesson. Can I get churchy?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Keep God first. I think it's to keep God first. I've tried every other way. I've tried sheer willpower. I've tried never giving up. It worked for so long. But really keeping God first in the focus, like He gives you the strength. He'll give you the discernment. He'll tell you when to lay down and rest a little.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up 20 on y'all already. Because y'all still out there doing it. Y'all gonna get burned out.
Real fast.
Me, I'm a...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you said time again?
Hey.
So keeping God first definitely makes you unstoppable. Has made me unstoppable. Because there's a peace,
Mm-hmm.
like a real peace that comes over you, not worrying about anything. I think COVID really showed a lot for us as far as like uncertainty. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people lost their jobs. They wasn't expecting.
Came out of nowhere.
But what do you have then? A degree didn't mean anything. Money didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
A lot of people lost their help. But keeping God in it, there's no stopping it. You get up another day. Go a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like God's gonna come soon. I know He's already went before me. So,
Yeah. They don't get no better than that.
it's my secret.
That's
I'm gonna still look like this at 50. Y'all can worry if y'all want to.
facts. No wrinkles.
No.
Facts. Shoot. But yeah. Well, like I said, I'm extremely proud of you. A journey that it literally is just getting started, if we're being honest about it. But I'm excited to see what he does with you and with your family and like through y'all and all of the passion work that he's giving, purpose work, that he's giving you to do. And I'm sure that he's gonna send droves of people to help and to do their part, so they can be the moving part of the body too. But it's just amazing to watch, like to see, like the flower grow like this. Yeah. So I really am. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thank
love
you so
you.
much for having me, and hopefully one day I'll interview you because she got a story.
I'll be open, whatever you need.
Okay.
All right.
But I love you so much.
Love you too.
And thanks to Coach K for firming up the dough. I'm ready for the journey with the So Pro. I know there will be highs, I know there will be lows. Road to success, got so many toes, but I'm ready for the